Good evening, folks. Dr. Freeman with you. Time for Doctor News. News from in and around the universe that may astound you, confound you, and make you go round, round, baby, round, round, like a record, baby. Oh, sorry. I went back to the 80s there. Lots and lots of interesting stuff going on, especially since we found out and confirmed that, Doctor Who does return New Year's Day. Also, tonight, we got confirmation, and I believe it was the TV Times, that Jodie Whittaker is not leaving at the end of Series 12. Which is going to make a whole lot of people out there scream, smash their head against a wall. But to me, hey, she's doing an okay job so far. I'm really looking forward to her third season and her second one, which we're going to see coming up here in a few weeks. But okay, let's get started. Let's go with it. First off, over here on Doctor Who Official, they put this little video out here about what we can expect in Series 12. Various little bits here, between, Jodie Whittaker, Mandeep Gill, Taz and Cole with Bradley Walsh thrown in. It's only about 2 minutes long. I'll link it for you down in the description box if you want to go look it up on Twitter and watch it. Also, once again, here's the first look video. It's a nice little clip from Spyfall, Episode 1, featuring very heavily, of course, on Stephen Fry. And it appears to be some really weird stuff going on. A lot of people, of course, were immediately smashing this and all that. But I'm like, what did you expect out of, a preview clip? Something plot altering, something that's going to give something away for the rest of the series? I don't think so. So to me, it was a great clip. It showed that things are definitely more down to earth, more serious. You can tell from the tone of this scene. Go ahead and watch it and let me know what you thought of it in the comment box. Now, it's funny how they hopped onto this less than a couple hours after some friends of mine posted this, that Jodie Whittaker has confirmed her return for Series 13 as work on the next Doctor Who series begins. Now, where they're getting this from, and I posted this a couple hours ago, and I believe my friend said he got this out of the TV Times. This isn't the last season. I'll play the Doctor, so it's not, and then it goes on from there. And this is right off the page, folks. It's right off the page. So remember, there were rumors, going around that her and Chris Chibnall had left or quit Doctor Who. And, of course, Chibnall came out and said, I'm not going any damn where. It's now confirmed, Jodie Whittaker is definitely going to be around for Series 13. Some will like it, some will love it, and some will go leaping off the Empire Hancock building. Well, listen to your Cheech and Chong, the reference. All right. Next up, over on here's an article with Yahoo Movies with Chris Chibnall, going on about Spyfall. Now, so if it's a really well done article, he goes through a lot here, but the key point is if you scroll all the way down, where I had it a minute ago, right here on this part where it says read more, Mary Poppins is a Time Lord, whatever, yada, yada, yada. He said, quote, and that's not the only two-parter in the series. So Spyfall is not the only two-parter coming up in Series 12. Which was something we talked about, a few months ago, but hadn't heard anything further on. Now, rumor was the Jadoon episode is going to be the other two-parter. We'll have to sit back, wait, and see how that turns out. But really good interview over here for Yahoo Movies. Go check this out. And wham, here we go. Entertainment Weekly. The Doctor Who boss says the show is coming back with a bang, but without the Daleks. Now, as you all know, we've seen all the filming and all that for the Daleks that went on over on the one bridge. But the thing is, that's for a special. That's not for the series. So it's technically, he's not lying to you. So he goes, quote, we start with a 2-part, 2-hour massive event story. It is an absolute action-packed, location-packed roller coaster ride of a story. Probably one of our biggest stories ever in the history of the show. So we're coming back with a bang, I think, is the shorthand phrase. Now, one thing that's been going around like mad, somebody's been running around spreading a ridiculous rumor that there was supposed to be this big epic storyline where you find out the Doctor is not, or Hartnell was not the first Doctor, and that there was another life cycle before him and they were all female. As far as I can tell, that is total bunk. Probably made up over there on, Windsock or whatever his name is. Sounds like one of his little gags. Just don't buy all the stuff you've been reading out there, especially some of the articles I've seen lately are, I don't get it. Some more stuff with Chibnall here. If you want to go check this out, he talks a bit about, Gordon Visnick's bit there where he said he's playing Nikola Tesla and the other fellow, Glenister, is playing Thomas Edison, apparently. So please keep that in mind. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out because, a lot of people would say, I hope she, cracks Edison in the face for all the stuff, he stole from Tesla. All right, Doctor to bring back the iconic cold open for Whittaker's second series. Now, remember the cold open is basically that little teaser segment at the beginning, and then they play the stinger and they go into the credits. And it's something they didn't really touch on in the last series, and a lot of people were freaking out over that too. So the cold open's making a return for Series 12. All right. Now, this right here goes into the Spyfall clip. This is their little breakdown of it over here on ColdBox. So if you want to go take a look at it, see what they got. They also go into a few names here. This one's not a huge article, but it's another link to the Spyfall clip if you want to go check out their view on it. Okay, next up on ColdBox, the Spyfall synopsis is revealed. Let's read it. Okay, quote, now, according to DigiGuide, has released a brief synopsis of the first part of the opening episode of Doctor Who Series 12. The time traveler returns for a fresh set of adventures when intelligence agents around the world come under attack from alien forces. MI6 turns to the only people who can help, a certain doctor and her companions. As they travel the globe in pursuit of answers, threats arrive from all sides, leaving Earth's security resting on the team's shoulders. But where will this planet-threatening conspiracy lead them? Jodie Whittaker, Tosin Cole, Bradley Walsh, and Mandeep Gill star with guest appearances from Stephen Fry and Lenny Henry. There's some more stuff from that one trailer we've already seen. Now remember, we knew Stephen Fry was in this ever since they did the filming at Swansea Guildhall. And here's a link going back to that article. Also, if you go back to that article, if memory serves, there were photos taken after the crew had departed of some stuff that was left hanging on the walls, if you want to go check that out. All right, moving forward. Why Doctor Who cast were shocked and terrified on Series 12 set. He goes, I'll be a man and I'll let you know that I was scared. Quote. Now, the cast of Doctor Who were very willing to admit they were shocked and terrified by some of the monsters they saw on the set of Series 12. Yeah, okay, we know that part. When the Digital Spy recently chatted with the cast, Mandeep Gill spoke about why fans should be excited about the Doctor and her fam's latest adventures. Quote, I think it just goes bigger, doesn't it? I don't know how we got there, but it goes even bigger than Series 11. We have story arcs, we have two-parters, we have recurring monsters, we have new monsters, and actually I think it's gotten scarier. Apparently that's just not general lip service. Jodie Whittaker admitted she actually bricked it at some points during filming because the monsters were so grotesque. And Tosin Cole said, quote, I'm not ashamed, I'll be a man, I'll let you know I was scared. I knew something was going to happen. Now, Whittaker later told them, quote, sometimes the lighting's the issue, there's smoke. So sometimes you're like, I know, I've read it, we've rehearsed it. We've also shot 7 different angles. But at this moment in time, I know it's about to pop up and it's going to be awful. And every time, it was terrifying. Then with recurring monsters from previous seasons, we've got the Jadoon, we've got the Cybermen. And having worked with the Daleks in the last season, it just feels like, this is exciting to bring our stamp onto these monsters from previous seasons' classic monsters. So, sounds like some really weird stuff going on there. Okay, writer teases big shakeup for the new series. It's over on the Express. And if you run down right here, they're talking about Chris Chibnall here again. And he goes a little bit more into some stuff here. Like I said, if you don't want to be spoiled, you might want to avoid these. But basically, all right, well, this one he's kind of loose on. He said, we've got some historical episodes. We've got big space stories. We got some Earth stories and some big guest stars as well. Okay, and as we discussed earlier in the Radio Times, Jodie Whittaker to meet Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla in the new series. So we got Gordon Visnick, if I remember right, playing Tesla. And Robert Glenister is playing Thomas Edison in the Tesla story as well. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see if they finally have a Duke out, considering how much stuff, we found out later Edison pretty much borrowed from Tesla. All right, lastly, now, if you don't want to be spoiled, this is one you'd want to avoid. It does give character names. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, you had your chance. Here we go. Now, apparently, Stephen Fry is playing a character named C. And this is in tradition of M, head of Secret Intelligence Service in the Bond novels and movies. Lenny Henry is playing a character named Daniel Barton. And the Khan's family is making a return, apparently. Now, this person lying on the bed is not Yasmin Khan. Somebody else, for some reason, people thought that was her lying on the bed when they first went into this scene. And it's Sakarissa Claxton, sorry if I screwed it up, is listed as quote-unquote passenger. So, probably not a big role if they didn't give her name. Now, Asif Khan reprises his role as Sergeant Ramesh Sunder, who is Yasmin Khan's boss. And here's some other names of folks who are going to appear. So, rather interesting stuff going on. Really cool stuff. Jodie pretty much confirmed in an article that, yes, she is returning for Series 13. So, all those who don't like it, well, you're just going to have to undergo another year in purgatory. But for the rest of us, hey, at least it means Doctor Who is going on. And from what we've heard, things are already underway for Series 13. And it's just a matter now of when they're going to start shooting, actual footage. So please, everyone, take care of yourselves. Have a happy holiday season. And be really, really careful out there doing all that holiday shopping. We know it can get maddening. Good night.